Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our movie club. Today we will discuss a movie from Star Trek. How we call it? Series? From Star Trek series?
Series,
But it was like a full-time movies, right?
full-length movie.
Full-length movies, right? So,
Yeah.
okay, so original series. Let's call it original
A
series.
movie series, yeah,
Movie
movie series instead of a TV series.
Yep,
Yeah.
nice. So
Yeah.
we defined it. So original movie series. Today we have Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, 1984. For a moment I forgot how to say 4. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's. And I was 4 years old at that time, so I never watched it in my childhood. So, and I guess I watched it for the first time today, only today. So I'm guilty of that. Sergey, have you ever watched Star Trek before our classes?
Not, but I heard about it because I watched the Big Bang Theory, and the heroes of Big Bang Theory discuss Star Trek movies very often, and I know the game about Spock, scissors, stone, and the paper. Spock.
Yeah.
So
So
what is it Spock? And that I know my daughter played with this game with the Spock. And
yeah, very nice, very nice point, Sergey. So we did not know what is Star Trek in Russia, for instance, but we always heard some references in another movies. So
Exactly.
would Spock do this on your place? I don't know what is about. Or something. I'm like Kirk. Okay.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Kirk breaks the rules and Spock is logical.
yeah, nice. And Vasant, have you ever watched Star Trek before our classes? Star Trek episodes?
No. When I was introduced to the Star Trek series by our movie club, and honestly, it wasn't familiar to me. So when it was introduced to me, I was like, should I really watch this one? So because it was just a one piece when I watched the one movie, but it makes sense when we see it in a chronological order. So it makes sense. Everything is connected. So now I'm
Yeah.
getting, I'm started liking it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's really
Yep.
interesting.
Nice.
You have to watch the movies in order because some of them, because it builds a story, some of them. What's important, why you need to know about Star Trek is Star Trek references are everywhere in English. You know, as you said, it's on the Big Bang Theory. It's in the news. Our first space shuttle was named the Enterprise. I mean, everything, it just permeates our culture. So you need to understand Star Trek so you can understand all these references to Spock and Kirk and Enterprise and red shirts.
Okay. Let me ask Vova. Vova, have you ever heard about Star Trek before this class? In your school, maybe with your peers, with your friends? Do you remember?
No.
No. Okay, so not yet in Russia. Maybe one day. Okay, Vova, who is the main characters of the movie? Can you tell us?
John Kirk, Jim
Jim.
Kirk, and Spock.
And Spock. And who is Spock, Vova?
It's Vulcan man.
Yeah, a man from a Vulcan. It's a planet, right? And
Yes.
what is special about him?
He doesn't have emotions.
Yeah, he doesn't have any emotion, right? So he emotionless. Speaking of suffix, right? Less emotionless, without any emotion. Emotionless.
Yep.
Very good, Wallace. Thank you. Okay, so let's start with the story. Sergey, could you start, please?
yeah, but
Okay,
I'm
any
afraid
comments?
that
Welcome.
I'm
Please.
afraid that I didn't understand whole idea because I didn't watch the first two series, this franchise, and I understand that the Spock have been killed or died.
Sergey, I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you. It's a very valuable point. You know, let's cover this part in case if someone missed or something. Jar, do you remember we made episode 2 in our classes, right?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, but I remember, but I I didn't understand the episode two.
At that time, okay, okay.
Because I
So
didn't watch the episode one, and now the situation worse and worse.
okay, so let's fix it. Don't worry, don't worry. We have professionals. Don't worry. Okay, so Gerard, could you please tell us what happened with Spock in episode 2?
at the end, Spock sacrificed himself uh, and was thrown with a weapon that, well, I don't know what the weapon that could create a wall, but what was called Genesis. And that planet became a planet with life very quickly. But the Spock sacrificed himself, so he was supposed to be dead.
Was he contaminated or what happened to him? I
I
don't
don't
remember actually.
exactly remember how, but he had to do that in order to protect the Enterprise crew.
Okay, I see. Let me ask Josefina. Hello, Josefina.
Hi, how are you?
We are speaking about Star Trek. So let me ask you first. Have you watched Star Trek before our class in your life?
No, because I was hoping to do it later, but I was watching about the life of Star Trek. I got two things and I got confused which one. I was watching the one that has the face, the head of the guy at the beginning. I don't know. Is that the one?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, when you were young or previous in your previous experience in your life. So have you watched? Is it famous in your place?
Yes, very famous in America and all this, and but I'm not very good at watching movies because I don't have time. That's the problem. No, so I just but it was very famous in America, yeah,
I
at
see.
the
I see.
time. And this is in 1984 or something like that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty old, but still brilliant. So and okay, we will cover that, right? So Teacher Lee, remind us, please, why he was. What happened to Spock? Was he contaminated by some disease or something?
What happened in the previous movie is scientists invented a new device called the Genesis device. Genesis means rebirth. And what this device does is you send it down to a planet, a dead planet, a barren planet, and you blow it up, and on the molecular level, at the atomic level, it restructures everything on the planet to be a lush forest planet. So anything that was there before is gone. It completely recreates everything at the molecular level. So it destroys what was there and replaces it with beautiful, lush paradise. So it was a good thing as far as terraforming planets, but if someone were to do that on a living planet with 1 billion people, it would completely kill everybody and reorganize everything to this new plush planet. So it's also a deadly weapon. So the bad guy was trying to steal the deadly weapon to use it for terrorist purposes. So Spock, the Enterprise, and the bad guy ship had a battle, and both of them got crippled. So the bad guy decided, since he's lost, he's going to go ahead and activate the Genesis device, which would, they were next to a dead planet. So when he did this Genesis device, when he activated it, a little countdown timer, tick, 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 tick. When it blew up, it would basically rewrite the genetics of that dead planet and both ships and all the people. So it basically would kill all the people on both ships. So in the battle, the Enterprise's warp engines were damaged. So they were trying to leave the area, but they could only go very slow, and they weren't going to make it. They were going to all be killed by this Genesis device explosion. So Spock realized they were doomed, and he knew that he had to get the engines, the warp engines, back online. So he went down to the engine room, and the engine room was sealed because it had deadly radiation in that area. And McCoy tried to stop him, says, "You can't go in there, you'll die." He said, "Doctor, if I don't go in there, we'll all die," you know. So but McCoy tried to hold him back. So he used the mind meld on McCoy to make him stop and said, "Remember." And then McCoy kind of was paralyzed and fell against the wall and slid to the floor. So then Spock opens the barrier, goes inside and closes the barrier. So now he's in a deadly radiation area, and he's dying, and he's getting weaker and weaker, and he does some stuff, and he gets the engines back online.
Yeah.
And then suddenly in the bridge, Kirk Sulu says, "Captain, the engines are online. Sulu, get us out of here." Whoosh! And then the bomb blows up, and they escape just in time. And the planet is rebuilt into a beautiful paradise.
And how he says, Spock? Needs
So
of many is more than needs of one.
Yeah. So Spock dies from the radiation poisoning. So they bury him in space. They put him in a coffin and shoot him out a torpedo tube, and they send him towards the new planet because his death and the birth of a new life. So his coffin circles the planet and lands on the planet. So Spock is dead, and that's where this next movie begins.
Yeah. So it begins with everyone is very upset. Kirk is very upset because of it. Teacher, I have a few questions. So can we use a verb terraform or terraforming for this Genesis experiment or something?
Yes, that's what it is. Terraforming rebuilds the planet to be like Earth or Terra.
And another one, it was mentioned somewhere in Wikipedia, I guess, Mutara, Nebula, don't know how to read this.
Nebula.
Nebula. Nebula, it's a kind of a set of stars in the sky, right?
It's a cloud of gas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ionic. It's a lot of ions, a lot of charged particles, kind of like electricity. So when you go in there, your shields that protect your ship don't work. So the Enterprise was damaged and had no shields. The bad guy's ship had shields. So they couldn't beat the bad guy on an equal battle outside the nebula. But in the nebula, the no shields work. So if they go into the nebula and the bad guy follows them, then his shields won't work, and now they'll be equal again. So Spock suggested they go into the nebula so that at least they had a chance against the bad guy's shields, because they would be gone inside the nebula.
So this thing on the sky, when we see this, how we call it, Milky Way, right? It's a Milky Way.
Stars. Yeah, that's
stars. And sometimes we can see, like, I don't know, some colorful, like, spots or something.
In a blown up picture, when you see the colored gas in the that's a nebula.
Very good. Thank you very much. Now I know what does it mean.
Yeah, nebula is a gas cloud.
I see.
Usually hydrogen and maybe helium. Yeah.
Sergey, so now you know everything how about backstage, right? How movie was started. So Spock actually sacrificed himself. Can we say so? Sacrificed himself for the sake of others, and that's why everyone is so sad. So please tell us the story. What happened?
Enterprise started to return to Earth, and Admiral Kirk with his team to go to the meeting with the head of Starship army, and the head of the starships told him, we are decided to close the Enterprise adventures because Enterprise is very old, and we sent your team to different ships, for example, and the head engineer at Clark was sent to new ship, but they didn't want to leave the Enterprise because I don't know, they love it, and they have the big story with the Enterprise.
Yeah, exactly. They, how we call this? They had feelings, right? They used to this ship. I don't know.
Call it an emotional attachment.
Attachment. Right? Yeah. So sometimes I have attachment to my old cars, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same. Okay, Vasant, would you like to continue?
Yes, and where did we stop?
The Enterprise was shut down and they went to different assignments.
Oh yes, but Captain Kirk secretly decided to go to Genesis in order to find Spock because they found some suspicious indications of a new life form in Genesis. So they decided to move on with the help of that lady. What is
It
that
was
lady?
actually Kirk's ex-wife,
Okay.
Carol, right?
Yeah. And she helped them to escape. She opened the gate of the Enterprise and they fled. And finally they reached Genesis. But that's on the course, during the course, they encountered with Klingons, I think. They had a little battle with them. They bombed at each other.
Vasant, I'm sorry. Could you please, I don't know, describe this strange behavior of Doctor? What did he do? Why his behavior of Doctor of this? What is his name? McCoy.
McCoy.
Yeah. What was wrong with him? What do you think?
Yes. He broke into a room and he started to mumble the way that Mr. Spock would do. Uh, he started to utter the words of Spock, but Kirk didn't understand initially. He thought he was just daydreaming or something, but later he understood that it was the memory of Mr. Spock, and he happened to watch the old recordings of the spaceship, and he found out that Spock did that mind reading activity. So he understood that this could be the connection for the McCoy's.
Actually, I enjoyed this scene in the bar. it was something nice, you know. So when a waitress asked him, "What is your poison today?" Just what you are going to drink. It was funny. To expect one to order poison in a bar is not logical. And when the guy, from federal agency, some security guy arrived, he tried to make his, some Vulcan magic on him. It was pretty funny. So where we stop? They actually decided, and he was arrested, right? He was put how we call a jail, a military jail. I forgot. Brig. He was put or detained. What is the word for this?
Put in the brig, detained.
He was put in the brig, and they decided to save him, right? To escape him. I don't know what is the word. To
rescue.
I was about to say extract.
Yeah.
Extract or rescue him. So, Gerard, what do you think? Is it normal to rescue your friend from a brig? So they actually ruined any discipline, right? Why?
Yeah, they wanted to find a Spock, and they needed the Enterprise to go to Genesis because it was forbidden to go there. So they broke the law.
Yeah.
Intergalactical laws.
Now they're criminals, right?
Yes.
Would you do the same for your friend?
I don't think so. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Sergey, have you ever been in a brig during your military service?
Fortunately not. Not. One time I was in the small jail in the in our place we have small room with arms. It's an arms room, and when you have the problem with your fellows and with the officer, you had took this room, and you have a lot of water inside the room, and you have special chlor.
What?
I don't know. Correct.
Okay. So my question was why your friends did not release you, did not rescue you.
Wait a day and he'll get
Chlorine.
out.
And we have the water with chlorine, and you have to clean it. It was a bad time
okay.
for me.
Okay.
Sanitation process. Yeah,
Okay.
I know. All the discipline in army based on chores in all times.
So what happened in the movie? Okay, you may remember Spock's father, who's named Sarek, contacted Kirk and said, "Hey, Kirk, I hear my son died. I need his soul. I need his spirit back." And Kirk said, "I don't have it." And he says, "It's our tradition that before we die, we pass our consciousness to someone else so we can get it back to Vulcan and it can remain on Vulcan." And he said, "Oh, we were separated by glass. I couldn't touch him. Oh, my son's soul is lost forever." And then Kirk realized that McCoy had been acting strange. And he said, "Wait a minute. Let me look at the video." So in the video, they saw Spock do this to McCoy before he went in and died. So he said, "Sarek, I think your son's mind is in Dr. McCoy." So then Sarek was happy. He says, "Okay, we can put it back in his body." But then he says, "Well, the body's not here. It's back on Genesis. And we're not allowed to go to Genesis. It's forbidden."
Yeah.
So that began the search for Spock's body to put his mind back in it. Now, the body was damaged by radiation. It died, but on the Genesis planet, it healed the body, but didn't change it. It just healed it. A little plot hole.
Yeah. Let me ask Gerard. Gerard, do you remember what happened to the Spock's body on the planet?
That first, in the coffin, there was some animals. Some animals, I don't know how to define them. Like all animals, like the first animals in our planet that were alive.
I remember there were some worms or something.
Similar to worms, but wider.
Yeah.
With a lot of feet.
Vova. What?
It's microbes.
Microbes. How we call it? Microbes. Yeah.
Microbes. Okay. Germs.
Germs. They kind of changed his body, right? And Sergey, do you have a question, please?
Yeah, and I have a question for teacher Lee. And you told about the moment when Kirk watched the video, and for 1984, it's a strange moment, and death in 1994 U.S. CCTV.
Star Trek was one of our more advanced science fiction movies at the time, and they did some pretty good stuff. So it was advanced for its time. Yeah. You talking about the movie technique or the story?
I didn't.
Sergey, you're speaking about the way how it's filmed in the movie, or
No,
about the idea?
I mean the everywhere and not the movie. For me, in during the 90s, it looks strange because we didn't have the CCTV, and I don't know that we could to make a movie everywhere.
Oh, video. You mean security cameras recording
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was in the future, Sergey. So right, it was. Yeah, actually, what year is this on the you know at this time?
I can't remember what year it was. They use star dates. They don't use normal years like we do. They use star dates. So I don't. It's like 20. It may be 2060 or 21 something. I'm not too far in the future, but a little bit. Yeah.
So very advanced technique. That's what I would say. Okay, so they break the law. They are criminals now. They made a lot of how we call it, incidents. So they attacked this brig. They attacked officers. Right? They hijacked Enterprise. So they break computer system to get out from this gate. I remember, and there was another ship who tried to chase them. As far as I remember.
Yeah, the Excelsior or a different one. I can't remember.
And it was a funny episode, a funny scene when captain was lying something code orange. How it possible to have orange code in the dock, inside the dock?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they went to this planet. I forgot Genesis, right? Genesis planet, and found what they found. Found I don't remember, a child actually, right? A small boy, somewhere on the planet.
He was a child then. He was growing. Is that right? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and they say that planet, changed. This planet Genesis is changing like not continuously, like in a waves. So how would describe it? Like a time wave, accelerated growth, but
accelerated.
Not linear, right? But with
exponential.
Yeah, like with a wave. So with a source or something. I forgot the word for this.
Yeah.
So this young boy, this baby, he was like growing up very quick, right?
Yeah.
And there was another part of it. It's these bad guys, Klingons. Vova, what can you say about Klingons?
They bad guys.
Bad guys? Why? Why is they bad?
Because he don't like he don't like
I would say they are like barbarians, Do you know barbarians? So it's like less educated tribes or something. So they like to, they have another moral. They like war. They like to attack and like, I don't know, destroy something, right? It's a understanding of honor, of a good thing. So if you are strong, if you can, I don't know, kill someone with your bare hands, it's a good thing. Do you remember? Vova, we had a scene when some, I don't know what, some animal, some snake or something, red creature attacked one Klingon. Do you remember this?
Yes.
He was holding it, right? And what happened? Who won?
Klingon.
Yeah. So he killed it with a bare arm. And bare hands, and he said to his crew, to his team, "Don't shoot, right? Don't shoot. It's my fight."
Hold my beer.
I will take care of this. Okay. I guess we have this scene to expose their character, right? To show their moral or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Sergey, what do you think about Klingons? What is wrong with them, or what is good about them?
But they looks ugly and they have special features on the head. But I don't know. But I know that they have the Klingon language,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
they have ugly dogs around.
Dog was really ugly. Really. I can't imagine that I would have such a pet in my place.
Yeah.
It's
Attack dogs. Yeah.
Okay. Probably I shared this already, but Klingon is invented language. It's not existent language, but now it's really exists. It has grammar, it has verbs, vocabulary, and you can learn it on some sites like Duolingo. And some people do that. I don't know why, but you can speak in Klingon if you want. Something like this.
Is that crazy? Talking about being a fan. Golly.
Yeah, really. Someone invented time and made all the rules in Klingon and all the sounds. They have alphabet, grammar, writing, whatever. You can learn, you can speak it if you want. Okay, Sergey. So they went to Genesis and Klingons ambushed them there, right? If I'm correct. What happened? What was the fight?
They found free person from Enterprise with a small boy, and they wanted to catch up them because they wanted to have kidnap Price from Enterprise, I think. And they called the head of Klingons have small fight with Enterprise, and the boss ships have destroyed engines, and they communicate via Skype, I don't know, and Zoom, and and the head of Klingons told, and we have some kidnapped people, and if you don't, if you don't make what me wants, you will kill somebody on the Genesis. And this moment, the son of Kirk started to fight with Klingon fighters, and they killed him.
Yeah, do you remember the name for the, how we call the people who was kidnapped by terrorists? How we call them?
Hostages.
Hostages, right?
Oh,
Hostages.
yeah.
No, there was a game, like very popular, Counter-Strike, hostages and Counter-Strike force. So that's how I learn English, by games. How else? So, and it was a nice dialogue again, right? So just to show you the serious of my words, I will kill one hostage. Which one? Not important to me, right? Okay. So, and here has some tactic, I guess, right? Vasans, how they managed to confront Klingons?
Yes, when they reached Genesis, they killed his henchmen, and the planet was about to explode. So they had to fly away from that planet, but they didn't have any spaceship because they have already made a self-destruction on their spaceship, so they couldn't reach their spaceship. It's no more. So they Kirk asked the Klingons leader for help. He said that it was just a technical fault, so they were all stranded on the planet, and if he could help. So he asked if he could help. And then he appeared and asked everybody to move away, and he wanted to kill Kirk by his own hands. And they had fist fight, but in the end, he lost. He was, how to say, is that an alibi? How do we say that? The deep down place where he fell down.
Yeah, he fell down into, I don't know, into the hell, into the flaming hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Crevice.
Yeah.
Crevice, yeah.
Crevice. Well, it's a
Ah.
new new word for me. Okay, but I don't. Sorry, I forgot the word. So, did we describe the trick? How he killed Klingons? How they hijacked this Klingon ship? What was the trick? Gerard, do you remember?
How they hijacked the
Yeah, how they killed? How they defeated?
Okay, they attracted they invited the tripulation, the Klingon tripulation, to the Enterprise. But they started auto-destruction sequence,
Mhm.
and they flew to the planet with transportation.
Yeah.
But not all the Klingons went inside the Enterprise. Most of them they didn't have, they fall in the trick, and they were blown away.
Yeah. Well, what is a self-destruction device?
When device destruction.
Yeah. When you give a code, and read code to it, it can blow your ship or destroy your ship or something, right? And do you
Yes.
remember how many codes they have? They have
3.
three. Why three? Why one is not enough?
Because one.
Yeah. Let me help you. So probably it's for security, right? So one could be gotten as a hostage, got like caught like a hostage or something. So you need 3 men who agree on the situation that we have to destroy it. Sometimes we have this incorporation. You cannot send too much money somewhere without 2 signatures or something. We call it like multi-locked case or something.
On my submarine, I was the secondary communications security officer. Our codes were in a safe inside of a safe. So he had the combination to the outside safe, and I had the combination to the inside safe. So it took 2 of us to get to the codes.
Right. More security, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of ideas of cryptography based on these things. When everyone has a small part of a secret and only combine it together, it could be done. But now it's way more advanced. Now we have a special case, and you can activate device if you have, for instance, 3 out of 5. So you don't have all 5 people, 3 is enough, like a consent, something like this. Okay, so they revived Spock, I guess, right? What happened after? I don't remember. Sergey, do you remember? They hijacked this Klingon ship. They went to Starbase, I guess, or how?
Yeah, if I remember correct, they went to the planet where they plan to make the process of make the body of Spock again. But
I guess we can call it like a transference of mind or memory or something.
yeah,
And they didn't have a machine. They had ancient Vulcan elders that had tremendous mental powers, and they could just touch both bodies and transfer the mind through their body. And I think they said it had never been done, but theoretically it was possible.
Actually, I like the joke that was made during this scene. They asked the doctor, McCoy, do you agree on this procedure? It can be very dangerous to you. And he said, "What? It's a nice time to tell me about that. It's dangerous." When I'm already, in a step of this bed and ready for transfer, they say, your chances are low. It's very dangerous. Oh, really? Thank you. So it was funny. Okay. So Sergey, tell us about this process. How it was done.
It looks very red nature, and I saw a lot of people with special clothes, with like queens and kings with the special hats, and but it looks gorgeous for me. But it was a very important meeting among the queens and kings of Vulcan country. I was not correct because I don't understand the whole idea, but I told my expression of this meeting, and suddenly for me they spoke stand up and go, and they asked me, "Do you remember who are you?" Not. Maybe you remember who am I? You are Kirk. Yeah, Kirk. Yeah. And they understand that the mind of Spock was returned to him.
Yeah.
Okay, Vova, what do you think? If Kirk died, would Spock do the same for him?
No,
No, why?
because Spock doesn't have emotions.
Yeah. So my friend died. Okay, I will find another one, right? Right. But
Well-
it's actually was in the movie. Actually, do you remember? So Spock was really like surprised. He asked Kirk, "So you went there to save me? Really?" Something like this.
Actually, Spock is, you may forget, but Spock is half human. His mother was human, his father was Vulcan, so he does have some emotions, but he controls them by logic. But in the TV series, Spock did break the rules for friendship. Just to let you know that when it comes down to it, Spock did mutiny and break the rules to save a former captain's life in the TV series.
Gerard, do you have a question?
Yeah, I want to ask teacher Lee what he about what said already. About
Okay.
I thought the Spock was half human and half Vulcan. So.
I cannot help but make this joke that I heard today. As a as a diversity officer on my job, I have a lot of jokes now. So now I say that I am a half woman by mother line because my mother was a woman. Now I am a half woman.
Now I understand liberals.
Now I understand. Yeah, nice joke. So I can represent women as well. Okay, so what we forgot? What important we forgot? We forgot about Kirk's son, right, George?
Yes.
Tell us.
He sacrificed himself because the Klingons had to kill one. Where there were the David, Kirk's son, and a Vulcan woman, and the young Spock. So
And
David sacrificing himself because they had to kill one of them.
Yep. And I remember we have a question on our Padlet. So why did not Kirk weep when his son died? Weep is like a kind of crying, right? Cry or be sad or something like this.
Weep. Yeah, weep.
Well, what do you think? Why Kirk? Do you understand this? One hostage was Kirk's son. So why
Yes.
Kirk did not cry or something, did not weep when his son was killed?
Mm. Mm.
You don't know, right? No, me neither. Just discipline, just being brave, being masculine. Please.
I remember Klingon say, I don't take with you the Spock because you want this.
Yeah. So I understand what you're talking. There was a scene on the planet when Kirk used kind of reverse psychology or something. He said, Tishley, do you remember? He said they were about to teleport to the ship, and he said, "Don't get Spock to the ship." Something like this. So he used like he made an order to Klingon in a having a thought that Klingon will do opposite. So
Yeah.
Wow, good observation. Yeah, I forgot this scene.
We call it reverse psychology.
First psychology. Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't push this red button. Don't push it.
Yeah. Okay. Another question from our pilot. What is the Klingons' motto? Why are they destroying other spaceships? We partially covered it, right? Because they are barbarians or something. Sergey, what do you think? Can you add something to this question?
I don't know what's motto.
Motto is.
Hey,
Do you understand what is a motto? Right?
motto. It's a good phrase for Klingons, maybe.
Yeah. I guess I'm not sure, but I guess it's kind of a catchy, like small phrase that you use to show your idea or something, right?
Yeah.
Motto.
In this universe, there were three major empires.
Mhm.
The Federation was the humans, the Klingons, you know, and there was another group called the Romulans. These three empires were basically at war. And they established a neutral zone between their empires that nobody could go into the neutral zone or the other side had the right to kill you. So they were technically kind of at war, but they maintained the peace just by staying on their side of the border.
As I got it, Klingon Empire was actually captured by humans. No, they say that they have your house has a flag of federation or something like this. When they talk to each other. Oh, maybe I got it.
No, they're different empires. I'm not sure what that was about.
Okay, maybe that was about hypothetical situation about surrendering or something.
Yeah, the Klingons never surrender. Never
So,
surrender.
Yeah, Sergey, what do you think? What nation was a prototype for Klingons? From the Western point of view.
I don't know. Maybe Federation people, but
No. I was making a joke, that probably it's Russian because it's Russian motto. We always teach our children that Russians never gave up. Never.
Yeah.
So whatever happened, we don't kneel, we don't give up. We just
Yeah,
man got
very possible. Yeah, the Klingons when they go into battle, they always say, "Today is a good day to die." So that's their pep talk, their emotional boost. They're not afraid to die. As long as it's with honor, they're not afraid to die.
That's what I say when I go to my office here. So it's still the same. Okay, any questions, guys? Any lines that we forget? Anything if you want to ask something before we go to the slides?
What was this movie here was really about friendship. When they realized that their friend Spock could be brought back to life, they felt it was their duty to do that, even though it was against the rules, against the regulations. So Kirk went to each member of his team and said, "Do you realize if you do this, you will be guilty of mutiny, which might be punishable by death, and McCoy agreed, Sulu agreed, Chekhov agreed. So they all agreed, kind of like the founding fathers of America. When we all signed this Declaration of Independence, Great Britain's going to consider all of us traitors, and we can all be killed. And everyone was willing to sign their name to it. So Kirk
Actually-
made sure that each member knew that if they joined him on this mission, they were
Actually,
traitors to the Federation.
I actually remember this scene. So Kirk was saying, "I cannot ask you to follow me" or something like that, and Zulu said, "Just don't waste time, just go."
That's right. You're wasting time, Captain. Yeah.
Gerard, please.
Seeing Star Trek, it's a good example of the diversity, because we can see people from different races, black people. For instance, the Admiral that it was our Kirk position in the space base.
It was actually our first TV series with diversity on it.
That's a
And
good
it-
example, Ivan. You took
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gerard, I would use this example as an example of good diversity. You still allow it to have white men, and without killing him, we can reach some diversity as well. Sergey?
And it's worth.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sergey.
Yeah, and I understand the Gerard's idea, but about the diversity. But in this movie, we have a bad example of bad brutality and masculinity. But
Toxic masculinity
for
as well.
our time, it's a bad time when the people don't want to cry when you lost your son. Now the people have to cry because we have to grown up the people who can to show their emotions.
I agree with you. We are allowed to cry and we have to cry on daily
Yeah,
basis.
because the men and women are equality.
Gerard?
And the Klingon could be an example of toxic masculinity.
Perfect
Yeah.
example, right?
Yeah.
Teacher Lee, sorry, we interrupted you.
Okay. It's interesting to note that when this TV show first came out back in the 1960s, this was the first really diverse TV show on the network that we'd ever seen. And it was deliberate, but we didn't do it for the sake of diversity. Gene Roddenberry's idea of the future was everyone was equal, everyone worked together, and it was his idea to have a Japanese guy, a Russian guy, an alien guy, a black African woman, a Scottish engineer, a very diverse crew, but all were competent in their skills and qualifications. They weren't picked just because they were different,
Yeah,
But
nice point.
Uhura, the black communications woman from Africa who spoke Swahili, she wanted to quit the TV series for some reason. And if you know who Martin Luther King is, Martin Luther King contacted her personally and said, "You cannot quit this TV series. You are the first example of TV showing an intelligent black person." Before that, they had only been slaves in the movies. Star Trek was the first TV show to show a black person as intelligent and competent. And Martin Luther King said, "You are an important role model for the black people, and you cannot quit this show." And she had to stay on the show.
Yeah, needs of many more than needs of one.
Exactly. That's what he told her. Yep. So
Sergey?
this was a very groundbreaking TV series when it first came out.
Sergey?
I have a questions about the black people as smart people. Did you have any TV shows before that where we can see the smart black people?
Sergey, it usually just say that it was the first, the breaker of this tradition or something. So it was the first show when they have a real diversity, everyone competent on their roles.
Yeah. She was that important. Her role was that important to black people that Martin Luther King, the father of the black movement, came to her personally and said, "You are a role model for the black people. You cannot quit this show. You're the first example of an intelligent, competent black person as equal to all the other people. You know, you must stay on this TV show.
Yeah, let me ask a younger one. Vova, can I ask you? So, did you notice it that people, characters in the movie are different from different nations, from different genders? Have you noticed it, or it was hidden from you?
Mm.
Do you understand that they were very different? They were black and white and
Yes.
different. So you notice that because it's important for you, or what?
Mm. No.
No, I just guess I just guess that new generations they live in another reality. So what we notice it must be just hidden from them, right? So people like people. So what do you want from me, right?
Yeah. Today, your diverse crew is going to be a gay person, a lesbian, a transsexual, a fluid gender. Oh God, you know.
One in a chair, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was a great movie. That's why it's made such an impact on America.
And it's a slippery slope to discuss it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, nice movie anyway, nice movie. And creator of new genre, of new ideas. So I enjoy that we're doing it. So we will take another episode after some pause, after some intermittent movies, we will get to Star Trek again. So I guess we will finish all the episodes just to understand the whole story.
There was actually you know what the pilot is? When a TV series comes out for the first time, they have a pilot episode, and that's the first one that introduces it to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek had a 2-hour pilot, so that's as long as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a good thing to go over. That's when Spock commits mutiny for the sake of his former captain, not Kirk. So that might be a good one to go over too. It had a lot of plot twists. It was very interesting.
I see. Okay. Let's put it in our schedule.
Yeah.
How to pronounce it? I forgot.
Schedule.
Wow. Schedule. Okay, I'm starting to share.
Star Trek font. Very good.
Yeah, it's very. I have seen this many times, I guess, so I can recognize it, right?
Yep.
The search for Spock. Okay, Vova, let's start with you. So, what can you see on this picture? Describe something.
Mm.
Cleavage.
Oh.
The monitor
Mm-hmm.
and 3 people.
Very good. Who are they?
Mm.
Who they are or who they? What race? From what federation? Is it Federation or Klingons or Romulans? Do you remember?
They people.
They are people from Human Confederation or Federation. I don't remember.
Federation. Yeah.
Federation. Yeah. So the guy on the left, he looks like in uniform and he has some badge or medal.
Yes.
Right? I will help you, so interrupt me whenever you want. And another guy with a strange hair, kind of green, but I think it's a glimpse of monitor.
And he
right?
said.
He's sad, right? His emotion is he's sad or surprised by something or puzzled. Okay, and he has this suspenders, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
But they look strange, yeah.
Leather,
and,
yeah.
And lady who looks like not a real human, but some kind of mix of races, I would say.
Yeah.
Has a dress with a
Mm-hmm.
how we call thick, I don't know, big belt. How we call this? Buckle, and
yeah.
When I want to say that it's a huge belt, what adjective I can use?
I just say a wide belt with a large buckle. Yeah.
Yeah, wide. And her hair. What?
Maybe she is Klingon. She is Vulcan man.
Vulcan, maybe, yeah.
Vulcan or Romulan? Yeah,
he
they look the
has-
same.
She
Yeah.
has eyebrows, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. And her hair, haircuts, it's kind of, can you say, is it haircut? When lady has a, complex form, how we call it?
For women, we call it
Hairdo.
hairdo.
Yeah, hairdo.
Hairdo. Okay. So her hairdo is something fantastic. And how we call it? Makeup, right? It's strange, he's white and I don't know what else.
Yeah. Red
Okay.
cheeks.
Yeah, and behind them we can see a big net that holds something, some cargo. I don't understand what it looks like. I don't know, golden plates to me.
I don't know. Strange room. Strange room.
That's true. Okay, anything what we miss? Nope. Let's go to the next one then. Vasans, would you?
This is Klingon's spaceship, and the leader is commanding the teammates to attack the other ship. And we can see a strange pet animal.
We call it a dog.
Yeah, okay, dog.
I'm not sure.
Different monitor.
Yeah, not much there, you're right, but it's funny that captain sits on the, can I say, podium or something, actually. It's
Yeah, podium or platform.
platform, yeah. So it looks like a master-slave situation to me.
Yeah. I'm above you people.
I'm a boss here, right?
Yeah.
And I remember that in the movie he shoot a few members of crew, right?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. Yeah.
I see the dog.
The dog, yep. Skinny
yeah.
dog, yeah.
No. Because he has strong paw.
Okay.
I was muted and surprised why you don't answer me.
I was wondering why you're waiting.
Yeah. I'm sorry, and I'm asking again and thinking I'm doing something wrong that you don't understand me. So so the legs and arms of the dog, it's how we call it, paw.
Paw.
Yeah. No,
Well, the feet are paws,
Mhm.
and then just legs.
Legs. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, another one. Sergey, would you like?
Yes, there is a moment when Admiral Kirk go to the room where is stays McCoy, and we can see two bodyguards with strange helmets. Looks like the motorbike helmets all time from the 30th years of 20th century, and they have belts with I don't know, with the plastic center, with a small monitor. I don't know what is it. Maybe this is a special device for control them, or this is maybe small camera for watching the action movie.
I don't know. Yeah.
Some device, some gadget. I don't know. Maybe it's a part of the, you press it and you have a shield or something.
Some future looking thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but helmets are pretty strange, I would say.
They look like
And,
boxing helmets, don't they?
Yeah, for practicing karate or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like a tanks slam for Soviet Union Army.
Yeah, exactly. In the tanks, we have a special helmet. Yeah, very funny one.
Okay.
Because tanks, you know, they are ugly inside more than outside. So there are metal bars everywhere. So on. Josephina, would you like to describe one before you leave it?
Well, okay, before I leave, well, this look like a crew or something. Everybody's in uniform, and I guess they're entering or they're inside of a sort of capsule
Mhm.
or I don't know. And then they just they they're giving them maybe instructions or what to do or what things they have to follow. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they very obedient, of course, straight up,
Yeah.
and I don't know. They look like you mentioned there was a diversity of different type of people representing different cultures. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
That's good. Yeah,
Diversity in action. We can see it. Yes.
yeah.
Thank you very much, Josephina, for
Okay,
coming.
thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, what else I can so formal uniform, belts, what else? In Russian we call it chevron, so a thing on the shoulder, but
We would just call it a strap.
strap.
Yeah.
Okay, and neckline, how we call it? Collar, right? Collar.
Collar,
It's
yeah, kind of like a turtleneck collar.
turtleneck or standing collar maybe. And the guy has mustaches, right? Mustaches. How we call it?
Mustache, yep.
Mustache. Yeah. It's fine.
Mustache, yeah.
Mustache. In Russian army, only officers can do this, right, Sergey? No, not soldiers.
Yeah.
Maybe it's changed. Maybe it has been changed. Okay.
Now, if you've ever seen the TV series that came out in the 1960s, the women all wear very, very short skirts and high boots and look very sexy. But in the modern time here, they had to change the uniform to be more modest.
Vova, please.
I see the people in left.
On the left.
Left.
Yeah. Mhm.
She not people.
Yeah. The one guy on the left is not a human, right?
Yeah, I think he's an alien.
He's an alien from another planet, another race.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good, Vova. Very good. Okay, so let's go forward. Let me skip a few to find something special. Vova, would you like to describe this one?
It like when you play.
Yeah, it's like a video game, right?
Yes.
So use a device, we call it a joystick, I guess, to manage this. What is this? A flight, a plane, a jet?
Is that a dogfight? An old biplane dogfight? Is that what that is?
Yeah. So simulated jet flight, like
Yeah.
fight. Would you like to play on such a device? Vova?
Yes, I do.
Very nice. So what else can you see?
It's a bar.
It's a bar. Very good. Yeah. This I don't know. This poster on the left we call neon, right? Neon sign.
Neon sign. Yep.
Yeah. Usually in many bars they like this neon sign.
Yep. Lager, L-A-G. I thought it was laser at first. Lager is a kind of beer.
Yeah, it's a type of beer, I guess.
German, I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not much, I guess. A mirror, lights, and this strange table with a vault inside. I don't know. Okay, so this guy in red uniform, and we know
Looks like it.
what does red uniform mean to Star Trek? It means you not important to the story.
Well, That was in the TV series.
No, okay.
Now in this one, everyone wears red, so no discrimination.
No,
And-
explanation. Yeah. Well,
And I see lamp
Mhm.
in a wall.
yeah. So it's a kind of you're speaking about these red things, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, it looks like I don't know. It looks strange. It looks like a decoration or maybe even some game or something. Because I can see the numbers 1, 2, 3,
And
4.
you shoot and
No, that's the airplanes. The 1 and 2 are the airplanes, I think.
Ah, okay. Oh no. On the
No?
on the right side we can see 3 and 4. Teacher.
Oh, you're right. I don't know what that is.
It's probably a game or something. As Vova said, you can shoot like a gallery. Shoot gallery.
Maybe maybe those are player numbers. Player 1, 2, 3, 4, and the lights keep your score. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. No idea. Very good,
Yep,
Vova. Very good.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay, let's do a few more. Wow, good one.
Starbase.
Yeah. Masans, would you like to describe this one?
Yes, this is when they were fleeing out of the Enterprise, and there was a following team who were spying on them or something like that. They were about to catch them, but somehow their fuel was not in favor of them. It didn't work out. Whatever they tried to use the thrusters, the emergency thrusters, boosters, it didn't work. But fortunately, Kirk's spaceship used the thrusters, and they immediately vanished from that sea. I don't know, maybe they might have stole the fuel or something. They did an inner job. Is that right? Inner job or an inside job, I think.
Inside job, yeah.
Yeah, inside job in the opposite spaceship.
So there's kind of a subplot here. This the guy chasing Kirk, he's a captain. He's got this brand new ship, the best ship in Starfleet. So fast, he can easily catch Kirk and bring him back. So he's so proud and arrogant. Okay, we'll go get Kirk. It'll be easy. And then when he starts to go to warp speed, nothing happens. So he's shamed in front of his crew.
Yeah, but I like how it looks like. So it's another moon, right, on the left.
Doesn't look like our moon, but
Yeah, something else. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what. Maybe this is not Earth. Maybe this is a different planet, but it looks like an Earth-like planet.
Mm-hmm. But it's huge, right? Planet is huge. Usually we,
Yeah.
from these shots, from these photos, from the space, the planet is like smaller than this, I guess.
Yeah, and given how big the Enterprise is, and it came out of that small opening, that starbase is huge.
Yeah, enormous, right?
Enormous, yeah.
Okay, let's go there. So yeah, your favorite creature, right, from the planet?
Yeah, and we can see 3 Klingons, and we can see the head of Klingons with good gloves, with special device on the fingers, and some Arabical words on the gloves, and good hairs, and there is a worm, and I watched this moment, and I didn't understand before why the head of Klingons didn't shoot the worm. But after that, I understand that he wanted to show their brutality and their
Yeah. Yeah. I don't need any weapon, to kill someone. I have my hands for this, right? And this special, as you said, special device on his fingers. I guess it's knuckles or something, usually.
It might be some kind of fighting knuckle device to cut the enemy deep. I don't know.
So knuckles, guy, it's a kind of brass knuckles. Sometimes
Brass
it's a
knuckles. Yeah.
brass knuckles. It's a metal device. You put it on your fingers to make your hit like a weapon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Strong thing. Okay. The animal is pretty, I would say, right? Let's skip a few to find something. Wow. Vova, would you like to describe this one, please? What can you see there? And you're muted, Vova.
I can see comet, sunset.
It's kind of a meteorite, right? Meteor.
Yes.
Sunset, very good. It's a red sky because of sunset. We can see some mountains and few people, a crew. But I don't remember this episode in the movie.
Is
But I
that the
don't-
Enterprise? Is that the Enterprise crashing to the planet?
Yeah,
I
should be.
can't, I can't remember.
Should be because it's in the end of the movie, so probably it's Enterprise. So they're just watching the death of how is it, demise of Enterprise, right?
Yep, the demise, closure, getting emotional closure.
Okay, very good. Vasant, what is happening there? I don't remember actually.
So they just arrived on the Genesis and they're checking Spock's body for any malfunction or something. McCoy has had a device on his hand, and everybody is concerned about Spock. That's it, and we can see a small waterfalls.
Not much there. So, Vasant, would you like to describe this one as well?
Yeah, I think this is the temple of the Vulcans, and they were all waiting for the crew to bring Dr. Mr. Spock's dead body, not a dead body, maybe just a body, and they did some rituals to bring his memory back. We can see it looks like a the great Chinese wall.
A lot of steps, right, on this ladder.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare for a fat guy like me. But in general, I don't like this planet, Vulcan. So I watched it, and there is no grass, no green, no place to play football or something. Very scary. And I would say
It's a red desert planet. Yeah.
Usually, wasn't the planet of Spock destroyed?
And
it was after?
in one of the what we call the Kelvin timeline, they splintered off. They had some young Star Trek actors that started another movie series, and in that series they had Vulcan be destroyed.
I see. So there are how we call it, alternative universe of Star Trek, right?
Exactly, and no one liked that one, so it kind of went away.
Sergey, could you describe this one?
Yeah, and the moment there is a moment when some priced of woman, I don't know, and she tried to make the leaf again of Spock, and we can see some girls who looks like a Greek girls from their churches, and I don't know, without paintings, maybe looks like not there looks like strange for this universe, because all people with all people dress wear dress with skin with some arms.
Very, very sexy dress for a Vulcan logic place, right?
Yeah.
But
And
they
we
still
have-
appreciate beauty, I guess.
But in ancient time in Rome and in Greece, as Sergey said, there was special, like, how we call it, musa, no, is it English word? So special ladies who were like serving in churches or something for many
Yeah.
reasons.
Usually virgins, right?
Usually,
Virgins.
yeah.
Pure.
Yeah, Vova, what you
I noticed the one people,
one man or woman?
one man
Mhm.
has in his clothes
Mhm.
letter A.
Letter A. Which one? On the left?
Right in the center.
Mm.
It looks like the screaming face. There's a letter A.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Ah.
nose looks like a letter A. That looks like that screaming face. Woo!
Exactly. Very nice. So, teacher, is there, as a diversity officer, I have to ask. So, is there a female version of priestess or something? So, if a priest, priest, right? Priest. Is
Oh,
the word?
priest.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the Vulcan traditions. They only show it a couple of times.
No. I mean, is there a word for female version of priest? Priestess.
Priestess. Yeah, priestess.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't expect that. In Russian, we don't have this female version because
Yeah, this is very unusual for Vulcan to have a scantily dressed woman. Very unusual.
yeah. Sergey, anything else? We interrupted you without any.
But I think it's
It's okay. Okay. So we have a last one, I guess. Vova, would you like to describe
Mm.
who was there?
They eat team.
It is a team.
And he happy because Spock again leave.
Sergey, I wanted to say, so the verb to make live again is a revive, right? Revive. Revive. So the Kirk is happy because Spock is revived, or I don't know, something like this. And Vova, probably the team of a ship, we call them crew, right?
Yeah, crew. Yeah.
In a plane cabin crew.
Yeah, in a plane, cabin crew. Yes, so they are in the cabin, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who are these guys on the left? Vova?
Sarek.
Sarek, yeah. Who
Yep.
is?
That's yep.
Who is Sarek?
Sarek, it's Father Spock. Father Spock.
Father of Spock or
Spock's
Spock's father?
father.
Yep. Spock's father. Yeah.
Very good, very good. Okay, so I would describe it like I don't know, circle plate or something.
Yeah.
For
No
ceremony.
decoration. Yeah.
No decoration, yeah. And I guess these cubicles are for sitting. I guess so.
I guess. Yeah.
It's like chairs. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much, guys. Nice movie as well. Star Trek is always Star Trek, right? We always have a good
Yeah.
class about it.
Yeah.
So let's make something different for the next class and then return to Star Trek
Yep.
again.
That's fine.
So
we have to see the one series of Star Trek for understanding the whole story.
you mean the first one, the
Yeah,
pilot?
yeah.
Okay, let's put it now. Schedule.
The first movie of Star Trek is independent from the other ones. Only 2 and 3 were in series. You have to watch those together. The other movies are standalone.
So Sergey, you see, it's not important. Only 2 series are strongly connected, so we can choose another one. Any of them. Okay, thank you very much. Sergey, do you know an expression? Let's call it a day.
Yes.
Sergey, do you know?
Repeat
What means the expression "let's call it a day"? Do you know?
I don't understand what's phrase.
Yeah, what does mean "let's call it a day"?
Let's end. The
Yeah, good.
sunset.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very, very good. So it means the day is finished. We did all the job, so let's go to our
Yep, go.
sofa.
We can go home. Yep.
So thank you and see you next week. Bye bye bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.